Hi everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of the eyeshadow palette declutter. Hopefully this is not too long of a video, but please grab yourself a snack and a drink because it could be. I've got a huge pile here to get through. Okay, so the first one I've got is this bedazzled eyeshadow palette by Collection, and it just looks like this. I've had this for about 4 years or so, and I barely used it. I went in a couple of times. I think it was alright, but it's just old. It's way too old, so I'm going to let that go. Oh no, there's glitter everywhere. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Right, the second one is this one here. This is by a company called Fashion Colour. I don't think that helped. Oh, and it opens like this. I'll take that bit out because it just separates the palettes, and I just cut it, the side of the palettes, and it looks like that. This was cheap, and what sold me was the packaging as usual, and to be honest, it's average. It's not the best, so I am going to let it go. I did use it a couple of times or so, but to be honest, it's more rubbish than it is good. If that makes any sense. Oh, sorry, I just knocked you there. Right, the next one is this butterfly palette by Mulauzi, and I kept the box because I like the box. And it looks like that. Now I think this has got a mirror somewhere in there. Let me check where. Yeah, just on the one side. So I haven't brought a tissue out with me, so, and it looks like that. This is such a stunning palette. I really like it. I haven't put on the ring light. 1 minute. I thought there was something a bit odd. There we go. Now we've done that. Side of it. And it looks like that, as you see. I really like this palette. It's gorgeous. I've not had it that long, and it's really nice. I love the packaging. I really love it. If you catch that butterfly in the box though, it does start to scuff that, as it has done a little bit already. So I'm going to keep it out of the box for the moment. But yeah, I'm keeping that. Hang on. If I pop that in the declutter pile, this won't work, will it? If I just move a couple of bits. Move the phone. Right. That's sticky. Okay, the next one. The Revolution Carmi Kiss of Fire palette. This was the collaboration Carmi did with Revolution. And you might notice a C in that black, and I placed that there in frustration that black is the most rubbish black I've ever had in my life. It is so unpigmented. You can see there it's just rubbish, and it's disappointing for a Revolution palette, and it's always done that. Not just recently, it's always done that. It's rubbish. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this. I was going to get rid of it, and then I kept it, and then I never used it, because although it's beautiful, the shimmers are really nice, and the mattes, except for that one, are really lovely, and these are really lovely. Too dark for me as a highlighter. That one's gorgeous highlighter. I think, if I remember, it's a bit greeny. Yeah, I'm not sure if the green's picking up there, but it is a bit greeny shade. And pop that there. Not really sure because my gripe with this palette is I don't know where I'm going with looks, because it doesn't seem to have a half decent colour story, in my opinion, to match the mattes, if you get what I mean. I sort of get a bit lost with this. I don't know where I'm going to go with it. I'm going to put eyeshadow all over me, aren't I? I don't know where to go with it, to be honest. I mean, what kind of combination can you make with this? You can use a ready one there and use the oranges and reds and yellows, but the pinks kind of go but they don't, and I'm going to get rid of it. I'm never going to use it. I just know I'm not, so this is going to go. Such a shame, because I do like to keep hold of me Revolution collab palettes, and Carmi's a very lovely guy. I like him. His YouTube channel is really good when he talks English on the videos. I can't understand him otherwise. The next one is this one here, I Heart Revolution chocolate palette. I don't think this has a mirror. Oh, it does. And it looks like that. I bought this off an actual YouTuber on Depop, and she used it on her channel and she wasn't over on it, and she sold it on Depop, and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. I have to say she's right. A lot of them just don't pick up, and they're hard to blend, and they're just a bit meh, to be fair. I do not want to get rid of it though, because it just looks so pretty. It looks very pretty. But I know what trouble I've had with this palette already, but I'm kind of not willing to let it go, you know. Maybe I'll keep it for now. I'll tell you what, I'll put it in the maybe pile and we'll see what we think after. I'll come back to that. Now, the next one is just a paint palette, really. I don't know why I popped it here on the bed, because this is not actually eyeshadow. It's a Creator Revolution paint book palette. Open up. And it's just one of those. These are oily, greasy. I couldn't work with it for Halloween looks when I was trying some out, you know, just testing it. As you can see, it's a bit like oily, isn't it? It's a bit yuck, to be honest. I don't like it. I mean, it does show there that it's quite pigmented, and to be absolutely fair, it's quite pigmented there, but I can't get this to work for doing face makeups and stuff. I just can't. I'm not the best of it, best at it, but, and it comes off so easy, it's just, yeah. I don't want to get rid of it yet though, because I'm a hoarder and I've not long had this, but it does look pretty terrible. It does look really bad, to be honest. It looks a bit, but I did want to see if I could make it work, if you know what I mean. So I am going to keep hold of it for now, but yeah, I'm on the fence about it. If that doesn't work this Halloween or whatever I'm trying to do, then I'm going to get rid of it. I was at one point thinking of using it for eyeliner kind of thing, but I can't do eyeliner on the lids anyway, because my hands shake so badly, and also I'm just not very good at it, to be honest. I'm average, very average. And then I look back at the pictures I've posted, and I thought, you know, that's bloody rubbish. So I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just not. But it might go in the waterline. I don't know. So, yeah. You know, I'm going to put it in the maybe pile for now. I am. Because there's no point keeping hold of something. It's really that bad. In a way, you know. You've got to think about these things. The next palette I have here is by the company called Larizzi. This was a gift from a friend. And to be fair, I've not really gone in with it that much, and it's such a shame because it's so beautiful. I really do like it. It's very pigmented, and I just really do like it when I've used it a couple of times, and I'm going to keep it because it's a perfect autumn and winter palette, or for me right now, summer palette apparently, but I don't know what's going on. I've just gone autumnal in shades of eyeshadow in June. The next palette I have is this Vibing palette by Makeup Obsession. I think what I'm going to do is get the rest of the Makeup Obsession palettes through. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a palette here. No, I'm not. I can see it. Right. This palette looks like that. At first, when I used this palette, I wasn't overly impressed with it, to be honest. It wasn't the usual formula, and still is, I believe, not the usual formula, in my opinion, of Makeup Obsession. However, I do quite enjoy it when I use it. But then I've had it over a year and only used it a handful of times, you know. I'm going to maybe it. I'm going to maybe it. That's going to go there. The next one. Yeah, let's do the Makeup Obsessions. I'll get all of those out of here. I think that's all of them. Yeah, it looks pretty much like that is all of them. Okay, let's go with this palette here. I've recently used this as well. This is the Makeup Obsession Sweet Like Candy palette. Tiny. I mean, I've got small hands. And look. What were they thinking? Anyway, it's cute. It's travel friendly. But look at the pan size. It's quite tricky to get the brush in. I can tell you that. I really do love that shade. That is beautiful. I really like that. I like this for the inner corner. It's really nice. But the thing is, the formula seems to have changed during the time I've had it. And I look back on my YouTube channel to when I actually got this, and it's 2 years ago. Normally palettes are okay after 2 years. Apparently not this one. Yeah. It didn't work that well yesterday. I have to be fair with you. It did not work that well. And I can't keep it just for those 2 shades. No, it's going. It's going to go. Time to say goodbye. Okay, so the next one, that's what I'm doing. This is Flower Haze. Look how gorgeous that box is. By Makeup Obsession, obviously, because we're doing the Makeup Obsession part. And the packaging looks the same. And let me just do that so you don't get blinded. This looks like this. I've not had this that long. And it is gorgeous. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love this so much. And it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. Not at all. No way. I love it. So that's going to stay. If I put the Larizzi like that, I won't have an avalanche. Right, the next palette is what Heather bought me. And this is the Makeup Obsession Belle Jordan palette, and this is a collaboration with another YouTuber, I believe, but I'm not sure what her channel's all about. I've not really watched it. I'm guessing makeup, I'm assuming. And it looks like this. This is gorgeous as well. This is really nice. I like these kind of colours, and it's perfect right now because that's what I wanted to go in with. Yeah, I really love it. It's staying. It's staying. The next one is the LA Dreams palette. And let's just get this out. I love how the packaging matches the boxes. And that looks like this. Also a stunning, really beautiful palette. I really love the colour story of this. I love all those minty and darker greens. Really beautiful. And then the pinks in there and a couple of plum shades. Really, 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 really lovely. Didn't know where I was going with that one. So yeah, I'm keeping that. I've not had it that long anyway. And I do like Makeup Obsession. And I think I've got glitter all over the place. Okay, so the next one is this palette here, and it's a Revolution Reloaded Jeweled palette. And I did pan one shade beginning of last year when I was doing Project Pan. The reason why this palette doesn't get used much and I don't grab for it is not because there's anything wrong with it. It's because there's just two matte shades. One's a transition one and the other one's dark green. Yeah, it's a whole shimmer palette really. I knew this when I bought it, so I wasn't blind to that. But I don't reach for it because I like to have a mix of both when I'm reaching for a palette. And this just doesn't do it for me. And that's why I don't reach for it. So I'm going to let that go. We are going to have an avalanche over there, I can tell you that. The next one is the Revolution Pro Trends Mischief Maker palette. And it looks like this. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I don't really like the colour story, believe it or not. I must have done when I bought it, but actually I didn't. I did know that, but it was cheap and I was just picking up palettes willy-nilly. Now I'll think about it a bit more and look at it a bit more before I go, oh yes, put that in the cart. So yeah. And this was the palette that Neil chose some colours out of for me for a video. I think the video was called Hubby Chooses My Eyeshadows or something like that. Yeah. No, I don't reach for it. I just don't. I can't get many looks out of it because I'm not the best at eyeshadow. I'm just winging it most of the time. So you know, I can't do all these fancy looks and all this stuff. So I just do me and do what I want to do. And yeah, I mean, I've got better over the 2 years, you know. But, or is it free? It's free, you know. YouTube is 3 years. No. I don't like it. I really don't. No good saying I like it and I don't. Right, the next palette I have is Profusion Matte palette. I don't know what I was thinking. This was at B&M for $4.99 and of course it was cheap, so I nabbed it. And I wanted to try Profusion, so you know. I mean, it's got a lovely selection of matte shades. They are very blendable. They are very nice. I do like the actual colours and everything. But I don't reach for it. And the reason why I don't reach for it is because it's all matte palette. I like a palette that's got both mattes and shimmers in straight the way. Otherwise, we're not doing a deal here. We're just not. So, I like it together. I don't like to have to reach for another palette for something else, you know. Yeah, I do like it though. You know, it's pretty. Yeah. It smells fine. Yeah, I know I'm not going to use it, to be honest. So no, it's going to go. Oh, the Profusion Neon palette. This was a present from a friend. And it looks like this. And it's stunning. And it's pigmented. And it's gorgeous. And I really like it. And it's new to my collection. Newish, and I'm keeping it. And that's all I've got to say about that one. The next one is this W7 on the rocks, neutrals on the ice. Oh, I had no idea it was called that. Well, it's not. It's called on the rocks, but neutrals on the ice. I've never read that bit. Anyway, this is a... Oh, hello, Bush. This is a dupe for an ABH palette. Is it the Modern Renaissance or something? I don't know. I'll pop it here if I think about it. Yeah, well, I do like this palette. I like the grunginess of it and everything, and it works really well, and I love it. So it's going to stay. And I wondered where that brush had gone. I'll pop it back in there and forget about it for another 6 months, you know. Anyway, hopefully I'll use that palette before then. So, this one here, the Beauty Bay Earthy palette. I'm glad I picked up the 9 pan instead of the 16 or the 42. Yeah. Really like this one. Oh, this one's so beautiful. It looks like it's going a bit crap, but it's not. It's just the way it looks. I guess it's a kind of a combination of oil from brushes and fingers, you know. And just a bit of the shimmerness. And it just looks a bit funny on camera. It don't look like that quite so much in real life. Yeah, I love this. This is amazing formula. I thought Beauty Bay's formula was good, but this one is something else. It's incredible, and I will keep this. I really like that palette. Don't go in with it a lot, but I really love it. The next one here is the An1. You can be An1 palette. I mean really, she says, because she does say that a lot. She's a YouTuber here. She's really sweet. And it's a cellophane palette. She did this collaboration with You Can Be. They left it available for a year and then stopped it. I didn't think that was fair to her. And it's a gorgeous palette. I really enjoy using it. It's really nice. The formula is beautiful. And she's a lovely YouTuber. And I love watching her channel. And I bought this to support her and because I like the colour story, and it stays. I have done about 1 or 2 looks with that palette on my channel, I think, and then I stopped using it on the channel because it got discontinued. But to be honest, why? If it's a nice palette, why not use it? Anyway, so the next one is this eyeshadow palette by the brand Find, which is an Amazon brand. They don't do a lot of it now. They've stopped a lot of this makeup and stuff. And it looks like that. And this palette works really nicely. It's so beautiful. Really is. And when you see the look on your eyes from this palette, it just looks like you've used some higher end, to be honest. It's really beautiful, really smooth. Blends out easily and everything. So yeah, I'm keeping that. I really like this palette. Don't use it enough, but I do like it. Then next one. We remember this one. Sidil cheap palette. By the company Lamelia or something like that. And I reviewed this. It's a bit cutesy. Not so keen on the pink. I like pink, but that's a bit much. And it does go away. It does look really pretty. It really does. It's such a nice colour. That's where it ends. It's not the greatest pigment. It did blend alright, but it doesn't last on the eyes no matter what primer you put on. It just doesn't. It's, yeah, I think it's more kids' makeup in my opinion. And so when I managed to get to post anything out to my friend in America, I'm going to be sending this to her daughter because Journey enjoys using makeup and she's not doing anybody any harm, and she's just playing with it and having a bit of fun, so she can give this one a go. So that is going. Oh, all this talking makes you dry. Right. Oh, that's a bit forceful, wasn't it? The next one is You Can Be's Bubble Nebula palette. This is a dupe for a Huda Beauty palette, I believe. And it looks like this. And this is stunning. It works so nicely and it's so blendable, and I'm keeping it because it's just stunning. So I'm going to be keeping that. The next one was from a friend, and this is the Revolution Life on the Dance Floor After Party palette. Looks like this, and there's a row of mattes on the top, and then you've got all shimmers. This is a really nice palette. I do like this one. I've not used it enough though, so I want to keep it to give it more usage. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really nice. I like it. The camera is not picking up how beautiful that is. Yeah, it really is a nice palette. And the next one is another You Can Be palette, and I can't get at it. And that's the Twilight palette, which is, well, the Dusk palette. And it's another Huda Beauty dupe, and it looks like this, and it's really nice. I like it a lot, and I panned one up. So yeah, I need to go in more with that. I really do like that, and I've just thrown glitter all over the place. Oh my goodness, I'm covered. I'm absolutely covered. The bed's covered. I'm covered. Oh my word. Oh, it's all over the place. Okay, this one is the You Can Be Aromas palette. I think it's a dupe for an Urban Decay. I'm not really sure. And it looks like that. And I really like this palette. I'm not used to it enough, again, but I do like this palette, and I'm keeping that. I'm trying to get through this a bit quicker now because it's half an hour. So I've got a few to go, and I would ideally like to get down on the rest of these palettes because there's not all that many there. Okay, so the warm-up palette by Makeup Obsession. I forgot this one. I've not used this in a long time, and I really do enjoy this palette. And it smells absolutely fine. I know the formula's okay, so I will be keeping that, and I will try to get more use out of it. This palette was given to me by the lovely Holland, my friend here on YouTube, and it's the Revolution Pride Spirit of Pride palette. And I was meant to review it, and I never got round to it. So if you would like to see a look with this one, then let me know. It's all shimmers, so I'm going to have to pull out another palette for the mattes, obviously. But this is beautiful. Honestly, it's gorgeous. So I'm going to be keeping that. Oh, that's where you went. When I did the blushes and highlighters declutter, I missed one. So we'll put it in here. And it's the Profusion Blush and Glow palette. And I used it a few times. Don't really use it anymore, to be honest. And I don't use shimmering blushes that much. And these are a little bit over shimmery. I'm going to let that go. I didn't have to hesitate there. the next palette is the Rose Golden palette by Soeva. I picked this up off Depop. It is really nice. It's not your typical shimmer, it's more of a satin, but they are really lovely and I like it and I'm keeping that. Oh wow, who remembers the review I did on Constance Carole palette? Still got this palette. Oh, goodness knows if it's still pigmented. Might not be. Let's give it a go. Wow. Oh wow. You know, I might have to give this another go. I used it once for that video and that was it. And it was really nice and I liked it and it stayed on the eyes all day and it's really quite nice. Bit more of your old school shimmer, but it is really nice. So I am going to keep it just to give it another use again because it is really quite pretty. The next three. There's a story behind this and these are the Conquer palettes. And there's 3 of them. And yeah. A friend bought me this one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah, I am actually certain. And these are stunning. These blend and work so well and are so pigmented. They're so lovely. And I loved it so much that I went and bought them too. Now there is another one as well, but I don't need another neutrally brown palette, so I didn't buy that. These were reduced down to $2.99 at the time when I looked for them. And that one there. So this one is called Fora. And this one is... No. Hang on. What am I going on about? This is the Conquer palette by Fora. We'll get there now. This one is the Rocky palette by Fiora. Or however you say it. And yeah, stunning. Absolutely stunning. Not used them a lot, but I'm going to keep them because I really do like them and they're not that old. And this one is the Yarn Days palette by Fora. Finally got there. And this is like that. These are beautiful and I'm keeping them. Oh yeah. Oh dear. I've got the window closed today because quite frankly that little child keeps screaming its head off. Right, this one is the Studio Makeup. Hang on, is that the same? No, it's not. Made in the US and assembled in Dominican Republic. Yes, because I did look this up. This one's really quite weighty. I picked this up for $1.99 off Amazon. And it's just a bog standard neutral palette, to be fair. But it's very weighty and I looked this up. Full price of this is £25. I got it for £2, so I got an absolute bargain. Yeah, I really do like this. It is really nice. I do like it. I'm keeping that. And it's only small. Here's the other e.l.f. bite-sized palette in the shade Jalapeno. Looking like that. This is beautiful. I really do like this. If you just want a small palette for a green look, this is the one to go for. It's gorgeous. It really is nice. I'm going to keep that. I did have another couple of bite-sized palettes and I gave them away to somebody I thought was a nice person and a friend, but turned out to be a bitch, and we'll say no more. And I also gave the Mermaid palette away, which I got with this one. Anyway, this is High Art Revolution Dragon palette. And I've used this 2 times. I'm not using it much. I don't know why. It's really nice. I do like it. but I've just not used it. I've no clue why I've not used it. So I'm going to keep it for a bit longer, and then if it's still here on the next declutter and I haven't used it much, it can go. The next one is the Catrice Glitterizer Mix and Match palette. Looks like this. This is really nice. I like this a lot. Very pigmented and very pretty, and I'm already glittered, so you know it doesn't matter now, does it? So look at that. I mean, it's just stunning. Let's do another one, a dark one. That's the phone going. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you turn notifications off, there's always something you miss. And another game pops up. And all the time you just get pop, pop, pop from the notifications. And I'm like, shut up. I don't like to get all the notifications, you know. Anyway, irrelevant. So, yeah, I'm keeping that. I do like it. The next one, not many now to go, is this Catrice palette. And it's called Call It What You Want. This is lovely. I do love this palette. I've not used it loads except for that highlighter. I've used that a hell of a lot of times. It's nice and subtle. It's gorgeous. It's really lovely. I used it a couple of times. I do like it. It's more of a satin finish, borderline matte finish, but I really do enjoy this palette and I'm keeping that. Oh, all this talking, bless your heart. So, the next one is this number 7 Bronzed Heat Face and Eye palette. And I picked this up, I swear it was $1.99 at the time. Can't quite remember, I have reviewed it on the palette. I've reviewed it on the channel. And it's just got a plain white packaging. Feels really nice quality. And it looks like that. It's actually quite alright, really. It's nothing to overly write home about. It's definitely not full price £25 write home about. But it is really nice. And I do like it. And I'm sorry I'm blinding you with that mirror. And I'm going to keep that. And I've gone really hot because I've had to turn the fan off and close the window. So I am baking. So I'm going to try and push through these, and it's still 40 minutes long. Okay, so this is the Revolution Pro New Neutral palette. And this was a gift from a friend, and I love this palette, as you can see, and I am keeping it. I'm going to pop that back in the basket. The next one is this. I hope I haven't left any. I'm pretty sure I've not. The Revolution Pro, or have. No clue where it is, I can tell you that. No, I don't know where it is, honestly. It's a chocolate mint palette by Revolution. I heart Revolution, and to be honest, it's rubbish. It's gone over its best, and it's going. So that's all you need to know. Anyway, this is the Revolution Pro New Neutral Blush Palette. Actually, I'm going to just stop this for a minute, cool off, and then come back. Okay, so now I've cooled off. It's absolutely lashing down out there. Tipping it down the rain. Okay, so now we're on this Revolution Pro New Neutral Blush Palette. And also sent to me from a friend. And it looks like this, and I have panned a couple of shades. I love this palette. It's gorgeous. I'm going to keep it. And the last one, if you've not looked on my Instagram recently, I have been working on a palette for over a month, trying to get some good use out of it. And it's the Sofx palette, the first palette she did with Revolution. And look at that. I have really gone to town on this one. I really like it. I started using it just to try and get a love for it, because I didn't really love it that much. And now I adore it, as you can see. And yeah, I really do like it. And if I haven't made any pans, if I haven't panned any, I've definitely got some dents here. Definitely got some dents. So yeah, I really do like this palette, and it's staying, because at the end of the year I want to probably completely use this up, if I can. So that one's staying, and that is all there is for the declutter of my eyeshadow palettes, and we made it. If you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. I really do, because it was very long, and so was the other one. And I have to put all this away now. So I'm going to just quickly look through the ones I put in for a maybe pile. No, they're the decluttered. Maybe pile. The Vibing palette. Oh, it's a Makeup Obsession palette. I do like the neutrally shades, and I really do like them two pinks. And it does work really quite well. But I'm actually not the biggest fan of it. I'm just not. So I am going to let that go. This one. Yes, I'm going to give it another try. I have to. I've not had it all that long, and I really just want to give it another go. If it continues to look the way it is and gets worse, it's going to go. But I will just see how it goes. So we'll keep that one for now. And it's a face palette. It's not eyeshadow. This one. I would ideally say I'll keep it and give it another go, but I know exactly how bad this is, so it's going to go. Not going to hang on to it. I know what it's going to be. And that one. Yeah, I'm going to let it go. So I've let go. Hang on, I'm not even putting them on the right pile. This is very clever. Have I? Oh yeah, we have. 10 palettes, plus the other 8, I believe. Although I did put back the Lacura Intense palette. I couldn't do it. I know I like it, so I shouldn't have swatched it, but I did. And that's gone back. So 17 palettes, 18 palettes, because of the chocolate mints going, I've gone out of my collection. And that is a hell of a lot of palettes. I've done so well. I've been brutal, but I had to be. So I'm really pleased about it. Now, they're not all going to be trash. The ones that are actually half decent, or, you know, actually any good. We do have a women's shelter where I can clean them up and they'll take them. So they'll be useful for somebody else. Others, just to friends and family. Not family, because the family I've got don't use makeup. The ones I love, a few family members I love and keep in contact with. But also the other ones, no, we'll say no more about them. Honestly, they're not worth the airtime. Anyway. So anyway. Yeah, that's it. So I've got to tidy all this away. And then I'll do that off camera, because you don't need to see me put them back. So I'm very impressed I've got rid of that amount of eyeshadow palettes. Not sure if I'm going to do a lipstick declutter, because I don't have a hell of a lot of lipsticks, and I've not long done one, and I do want to get rid of some of them because I've changed my mind, if you know what I mean. But let me know if you want to see a lipstick declutter, and then I'll do one, but it doesn't matter, honestly. So anyway, I'm going to go before I waffle on anymore. I will see you again next time. Please do all the good stuff if you want to. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to. I will never put any pressure on you. It's your choice. You make your own decisions. I will see you again very soon. Take care. Goodbye, everyone.